Complex cases don't have to be complicated. Mutual of Omaha's Advanced Markets team is your resource for business planning, wealth transfer, and retirement income strategies. With expert support just a call away. Smartest solutions start at mutualofomaha.com. Hey, we're ready for our segment with Mutual of Omaha. Glad to have them part of Off the Page. And joining us today from Mutual of Omaha is Ron Lee, Vice President, Advanced Markets. Welcome to you, Ron.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Chuck.
Michelle Owens on your team wrote a great article that I liked in the July-August edition of Aspire called Sensing Complexity. You know, it kind of starts with understanding what an effective early engagement process looks like. What does that look like for the advisor and the client in the early stages?
Early engagement is really, really important in these cases. Bring possible solutions, just bring an open mind as well. And so when people ask us, all right, what do I need for that first type of call? The answer is, hey, listen, just come prepared, but we don't need to know everything.
You know, I wanted to ask you too that we got our primary audience is financial professionals. And when they engage with advanced markets and they bring resources like you and your team into the mix, how does that work so that how do we make sure that it doesn't feel to the client or the advisor that they're just handing over the case?
The first time the advisor works a case like this, some of them are going to find that exciting. Others are just going to be nervous. So we all know that a little help with that swimming would be good, but they worry that if they bring in a specialist, that their clients might view them as being something less than an expert. And you're a good advisor out there in the field. Manage the process, manage the partners, and don't worry about that being viewed as someone who doesn't know everything, because nobody does. Position us maybe as your team of specialists with just a particular expertise. And because you have a relationship with us, they get that at no additional cost. So that's leadership. That's not weakness. And clients really appreciate that.
What are some of those early signals that advisors should be watching out for that tell you that the case might be moving from more of a standard kind of day-to-day regular case to actually a sophisticated case?
Really, the answer is just in the title. That's the great thing about a great title, right? Once you sense complexity, it's time. In this age, everybody wants to be a specialist, right? You don't have a lot of people who say, well, I want to do everything. And so what happens there is that people get uncomfortable or don't peer over the wall at the things that they're not an expert in. And what happens then, of course, the client isn't going to be served well. They're not getting the best advice if you're afraid to come to somebody and ask for a second opinion. If you look back to when we started in the business, there were a lot of people who were just life insurance professionals. They did nothing else. There are fewer of those on the upper end of the market now. So you don't have to feel like you have to know everything about life insurance if your day-to-day is wealth management.
Ron,
Yep.
Great to see you again. I think it's been a while, but thanks so much for being with us today.
You can find the Advanced Markets article on page 20 of the July-August issue of Aspire magazine.